Hello everyone, this is Joshua W56 here, and today we're discussing the 2026 Thomas Show again. This time I want to discuss the possibility of a certain Yellow West country reappearing in the new show. Yeah, you probably figured, it's Rebecca. Now, ever since the original show ended and got rebooted into All Engines Go, Rebecca hasn't really been seen. She never turned up in All Engines Go, and so far there's no evidence that she's gonna pop up again in this new show either. Now, some people have taken this as solid confirmation that Mattel has completely abandoned the character and she's never gonna appear again. However, I wouldn't take this as proof that Rebecca's not coming back. And here's why. First things first, it's important to remember that half of the characters that were revealed for the diecast range were not even in All Engines Go either. Bill, Mavis, Charlie, Flynn, Oliver, Toad, Henrietta, Rheneas, Scruffy, more about him in a bit, and most of all, Rosie. And there's probably even more characters that we don't know about yet. With this many characters returning after being completely absent in the last show, I don't think it's entirely fair to cancel out Rebecca just yet when we still don't know that much about this show. Now, Scruffy in particular is the most interesting reveal to me, because he has not been seen since his debut in Toad Stands By, which was over 30 years ago now. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Scruffy still showed up in merchandise in recent years. Is he really the best comparison for someone like Rebecca to appear? Well, yes, because even though Scruffy has still popped up in merch despite never showing up in the shows until now, this doesn't exactly mean he's been more relevant toy-wise than Rebecca. The last merchandise that Scruffy had until now was the Woodpack with Ryan released in 2019, and that was discontinued when the line was changed to the second Wooden Railway. And do you know who was released in Wooden Railway too? Yep, Rebecca. So even in merchandise, Rebecca has been more relevant than Scruffy. Yet here we are. This brings me on to my second point, which is relevant to the 2022 Wooden Railway line. Even though the line didn't put out that many characters, look who they made. We got everyone from both the old and new Steam Team: Diesel, Rosie, the Troublesome Trucks, Hero, Kenji, Kevin, and including those sold in sets, Annie, Clarabelle, Cranky, and Bulstrode. Interestingly enough, they only made like 3 characters who weren't present in All Engines Go, these being Rosie, Kevin, and Rebecca. Now yes, you could argue that they chose to make her because she was still recent at the time, which is probably the case. This was based on the CGI series, and they cancelled the All Engines Go stuff. Then the range died. Probably not the best evidence to prove Rebecca has a chance of returning, I know. But I chose to bring this up because to me it feels like a hint that she was and might still be on Mattel's radar. After all, Rosie was in it. My third point concerns the other new main that was brought in for Big World Big Adventures, Nia. We already know she's coming back, and yes, she was already in All Engines Go. But considering the controversy surrounding both of them replacing Edward and Henry as main characters, if Mattel really were planning to abandon Rebecca due to backlash from fans, you'd think it would make sense to ditch Nia too. But they didn't. If anything, I think axing Nia would have made more sense considering she was meant to be the token African engine in Bwaba. Not to mention she's even less popular than Rebecca. But not only was she chosen over Rebecca, from what I've heard, she also gained more character development, and now she's not just the African engine that replaced Edward, though that hasn't stopped people from hating her so much. And last of all, this is more of a biased reason on my part, but I just want Rebecca to come back, because I personally like her, and I feel she was screwed over in the original show. If you know about the crazy production history behind Season 21 and Bwaba, you'll know that Rebecca was originally supposed to be introduced in Season 21, following up from Edward's move to Wellsworth and Shedward. But then that season got cut down from 26 episodes to 18 because of ARC Productions' bankruptcy and takeover by Jamfield delaying production, and Mattel wanted to rush out Wubba to meet the yearly quota. So her episodes were moved to season 22, and because Nia was now introduced, Henry got chucked out of Timot's shed so they could make room for both new girls. Because of that, I feel we lost out on so much potential with her. Think about it. Adding another express engine sounds like a fun idea for the show. I mean, Gordon can't be the only engine running the fastest train service on Sodor anymore. Now, yes, we did get a few episodes exploring their relationship, but they didn't really try to take advantage of Rebecca's class and how she contrasts with Gordon. Plus, a bullied Pacific is something I've always wanted to see in Thomas. And on top of that, Rebecca reminds me of another female tender engine painted yellow that the show totally wasted. Yeah, I'm talking about Molly. Now, they're not that similar to each other. Rebecca is less shy and more playful compared to Molly, but on the surface, they do feel pretty much alike. And some have even argued that bringing Molly back would have made more sense than just making another character. Me personally, I would like to see both of them come back in the new show, and maybe we could even get an episode revolving around them. Plus, I know two people in real life with both their names, and they're both into the color yellow. So I kinda have a soft spot for both of these characters, and I think they both deserve to return. So overall, even if it doesn't seem too likely right now that Rebecca's gonna be in the 2026 show, I don't think it's impossible. The reasons people give for why she's not returning don't really add up in my opinion, and I think she deserves another chance after Mattel screwed her over in their hasty attempt to modernize Thomas and to keep to the yearly content schedule. Plus, I feel she has too much potential to just ignore. But who knows? Maybe Rebecca might be revealed to be returning later on, or maybe she'll return in a later season. If Scruffy is returning, I say anything's possible. But anyways, that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Rebecca could be in the new show? Do you want to see her return? Do you think she should get a chance to be redeemed in the eyes of the fandom? Or do you not care? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe. See you next time.